Welcome back. This is John Locke for Lockdown Design and SEO, and today I want to talk with you for just a few minutes about why no website is future-proof. Recently I was talking with a colleague of mine. One of the things that came up in our conversation was something that we'd heard before, where clients talk about making sure that a website is future-proof. One of the insights that my friend had was usually when clients or prospects say that they're looking for a website that's future-proof, what they're actually asking for is a site that they never need to touch ever again. So there's two problems with this that I see right off the bat. They're looking for a website that's going to get them the same results 10 years from now as it does this year, and in most cases that's not going to happen. And the other thing that they're asking for is a website that's going to adapt to all technology, even those types of technology that haven't been invented yet. Maybe even a third thing too, and that is like a website that's going to help build your brand, even if you do little to no work. So all of those things are not going to happen, and here's why. From the first aspect, let's look at the technological. So when I first started building websites, it was around 2009 when I first started, when I built like an HTML page for the very first time. Before that, the last time that I had really done anything as far as like programming was in like 6th grade at the computer lab with the Atari, I think it was like the Atari 400s at that time, like learning BASIC when I was like 10. Then when I was 13, when my neighbor had a Commodore 64, we typed in a program out of a book to make a little game, but we didn't save it on the tape drive because there weren't even disk drives. There was like floppy disk was the big thing, and then tape drives, like a cassette, was the pioneering thing, and then I didn't even start again until 2009. So the point I'm trying to make, when I first started my journey, this is about 9 years ago now, people had mobile phones, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. Now there is literally almost nobody on earth that does not have a smartphone, minus Sally Getch. Back then we used to say we were going to do responsive, like we were going to do responsive design or mobile design, and nowadays that is just, it's web design. If you don't do mobile friendly web design, I don't even know what planet you're living on right now. So things change, and even since then there have been many different types of responsive design that we've had to consider that weren't around when I was even first learning. Your website might be on a big screen TV or a game console or Apple Watch. So saying it's going to be future proof, you might be able to peer a few years into the future, but if you're trying to predict what's going to happen 10 years from now, anything can happen. From that degree, you're not going to be future-proof in a technological standpoint. As I've said before, I believe that most websites go through a cycle where they redesign their site every 2 to 4 years. That seems to be the cycle. Most websites that I have seen do a complete redesign about every 3 to 4 years, max. So, the second reason why your site is not going to be future-proof. If you're expecting a website to get the same results 8-9 years from now as it does today, it's not going to happen. And a lot of small businesses I talk to, it's the same way. Maybe 10 years ago they got in like really early and their website was cutting edge and whatever they were doing for SEO at the time was working. But since then, there's been an entire increase in competition. Maybe there's a lot of new local competitors that are paying attention to what they're doing with their internet marketing. Perhaps there's big brands that have gotten into their local market. 10 years ago they were ranking number 1 in their local market for all their target terms, but nowadays maybe that's all competitor brands or larger brands. They've gone down the ranking chart, and they're, why is this happening? Well, the reason is the rest of the world has continued to move forward, and all these other businesses have continued to work on their brand while your brand kind of stayed in one spot. And that's what I'm saying, like SEO, website design, any type of online marketing, any type of brand building, you cannot stay in one position. You have to continually put effort into your marketing, no matter what is going on around you, because if you stand still, everybody is going to catch up to you and then exceed you. So that brings me to the last point. If you're expecting your site to, do all your brand building and you're not putting any effort into it, you're not creating any new content, you're not doing any outside marketing, maybe you shake a few hands at the local Chamber of Commerce, but you're not really doing anything outside of that. You're not on YouTube, you're not writing blog posts, you're not sponsoring events in your local area, you're not active on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or, anything else. It's really, really hard to build a brand like that. You have to put some effort into it. And believe me, I get it too. And a lot of people that I talk to are the same way. They work dawn to dusk, Monday through Friday, in their business, doing the actual work, fulfilling the orders, doing the services, helping their customers and their clients, building their products. But if you want to continue to accelerate your business and continue building your brand, you need to set aside some time in your week to work on your marketing, work on what you're doing to keep pace with everybody else at the very least. And that's where we try and help a lot of businesses. There's a lot of people who are kind of savvy about this, and they understand that they need to compete with the other players in their market or their space. They can't just stand still. Those are the people that we seek to work with. Those are the people that we want to help as well. Even if it's just you watching this video or reading our blog posts or subscribing to our newsletter and you get something out of it and you take that advice and run with it, that's great. If you had the budget to work with us as a client, even better. But like I said, we put this out there to try and raise awareness of the fact that the future is something that I can't see. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have a time travel machine. I can't tell you where things are going to move to. And a lot of us try and point a couple years, a few years down the line. We can kind of see that. But I can tell you with certainty, if you don't continue to build your brand and you just kind of let it sit there, other people who put a higher value on what their brand is and what their marketing is and are hungry to get that business and grow their business are going to be working on their brand, on their website, on their SEO, on their overall marketing. Those are the people that you need to study. It's not enough to run to where the ball was. You got to run to where the ball's going to be. The yellow pages are dead and gone. So this is John Locke for Lockdown Design and SEO. If you have an SEO question that you'd like us to answer, leave it in the comments below. We will make a video, we'll answer it for you. We help manufacturing and industrial companies with their SEO. We help drive more targeted traffic to their sites, and we help people get more RFQs. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah. Camera angle. Okay. So get to the point, John. Get to the point. Peace.